Go ahead.
Arts and Leisure, you think it might be in that one?
Yeah, I would think so.
It's me.
Yeah.
That's my name. I'm overwhelmed.
Did it tell you what page it's on?
9. Where are we there? There she is, Big Mama. Memorizing her lines is out of the question. Since brain surgery, an actress's past is an indelible mark. Her present, a wisp of smoke. By David Carr. The first time I met Caris Corfman after her one-woman show at the Flea Theater, she looked, almost stared, into the very backs of my eyes as I told her how I enjoyed her performance. She was flattered and incredibly gracious. The second time I met Miss Corfman, she again stared and responded graciously, but she had no idea who I was. It was exactly 5 minutes later. I met this guy, didn't I? I met David Carr.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet him again.
Do you remember the performance?
Yes.
What do you remember about it?
Nothing right now.
Here was a woman who has no short-term memory now and requires enormous constant care to just stay alive. And she wanted to be back on the stage. I'm in the business, and she knows I'm in the business, and so she would bring it up at every time I picked her up to take her anywhere. The conversation would go to, can you get me a job? Do you know who I can talk to? What can I do? How do I do this? I just want to be an actress again. I said, well, Caris, you want to do something? Start writing down your feelings. Start writing down what's happened to you. She has all these pieces of paper in her hands, and it was rough, and it was raw, and it was disjointed, but it was magical, and it was exciting, and it was really the kernel of a piece of theater. And I thought I would be remiss if I didn't give her the opportunity that I could.
Next thing we knew, she and Brad had turned it into a play, using her own words to tell her story and some of the roles she had always loved to perform.
Okay, so are you ready to start? You start.
I've been talking about angelic intervention, the latest thing, aura cleansing and past life clearing. I don't believe in this stuff, but I want to. This lady offered me a job as an angelic intervention trainee. If I could only get myself to believe this shit, I could take the job. But I won't.
All right, we had to stop for a second. I'm sorry. You're doing great. You didn't get the wine bottle, but you're doing great.
What one?
Lulu has the wine bottle. I know. I really want to put wine bottle card in there because
that's a good
the
idea.
wine bottle makes you looser. When you get the wine, you remember you're drunk. And you start talking to people like you're drunk. Lulu wants to go further as a character.
More fog. No memory, no short-term memory. Can't remember what I did last night, can't recall who I spoke to on the phone or who came to visit me or what I watched on the boob tube, but I can remember my life up until the operation, and it was quite a fine life. It's a fine life. My mind is a blank, not a notion in it except for what is happening at the moment. Pen in hand, put to paper with the sounds of the mowers outside and the click of the clock and the drip of the coffee maker. Birds, too, are chirping. It's nice to be in this moment. But when I want to recall what I did yesterday or even just last night, I have to rely on my journal. Entries in my journal, the who, what, and when are in them. I hope.
My first impression of Caris was when I was a first-year student at the Yale School of Drama. And I remember seeing her and realizing there she is, the great Caris Corfman, who is the great third-year actress. so, so beautiful. I saw her play Nina and the Seagull, and so I had seen her act, and I just knew how incredible she was.
We were in the same class together. My memories of her there, just so fond and incredible. The idea that something great or something tragic could happen to any one of us. And she just happened to be, you know, the one that the brakes would be put on it so soon, so early.
I feel that with Caris, I felt like I was walking into a new art form. I had to learn how things worked well for her, and I had to grab those things and replicate them again and again in process. So we discovered things like, well, the cards came very early because we're taking memory off the table as a challenge.
Thank you. See, it's written right here. These cards are my script for my piece. Instead of paper, 8x10s in a notebook, we decided to use cards because they are, you can use them in sections. These are colored, and they're also numbered.
So let's look at this card for example. This is the section called Let Me, and it says dance. Is that like a cue for you to dance?
Yeah,
And then it says, what is this, the actual script?
that's what I say while I'm dancing. Create, enjoy, delight, take delight in, and on and on and on. Onward and upward, fly, soar, celebrate. And if I can think and write and do the above, I ain't depressed.
That thank you, God. Why do you have that circled? Oh, it says look up.
Look up, and also because I forget it sometimes.
So we've come up with the cards, and we just stapled the cards together about a week ago. And I kept saying, and the reason we did is because if the cards aren't stapled, she gets to the end and she starts over. And she forgets that she's done it. And she
I forgot that I even did that. I don't think I did it.
She will repeat the
He's lying.
sequence again, and she will start in, and I have to stop her and say, no, honey, you've already done that. So the convention has been the staples are a beginning, a middle, and an end to a sequence. I'm done. So anyway, all right, so enough of that jazz. I keep wanting to write more notes on your card.
Why don't you just put it on a piece of paper, make a list. Put it in here.
Okay, but I will, but I think they need to go on the cards if they're going to be of real value.
I have never known an actress to go on a stage with no short-term memory. I've never known that. I've never heard of that. So this is a first, an absolute first.
I've forgotten now. When do I do the dance? Oh,
You forgot when you do the dance?
could you just tell me?
The good news, yeah, I could, but you know, the cards are what going to tell you. You'll always forget when you do the dance. I think one of the tricks is knowing as long as you've got the cards are going to tell you what to do. And so if that part of the fear you can let go of.
Can you yell from the audience?
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I will I'll scream if you get too far into it, and I think you're going to go off the track.
Okay.
Okay?
But it's good to put it in.
Yeah, okay. Good. It's your show. You're allowed to make it up. I mean, I hope I don't see you throwing the cards over your head and going, now let me just talk to you all for a while.
Yeah, right.
To me, it's hard to imagine the terror that she would experience.
Curtain.
Over there.
Thank you.
Most actors have stage fright anyway, of some kind. They keep it under control. But here was a person who couldn't be expected to know even why she was there, and have to rely on her own guts, her own courage, to carry her through to the next step, to say, I'm going to look at my cards again. I'm going to say this line. All of it must mean something, and have the faith to make that happen. She has to remember where she is, but she can't remember where she is. You're in the middle of a stage, people are looking at you. Why are you here?
Did I get lost?
Oh, yeah, you did get lost a couple times.
I had no idea what the play was about. No idea. It's scary. I go on stage and I don't know where I am, and I see these people looking at me, and I know I'm supposed to do something. But within time and a little pacing around or a little wandering around, it comes back to me and I'm safe again. I feel like I want to do a show.
She's psyched. I'm psyched.
That's right, I forgot. People are coming today. How fun. What time is the show? 2?
2.
What time is it now?
Like 1:45.
Oh, be still my heart. I slit the sheet I slit, upon the slitted sheet I sit.
So I wanted to show you the program and how it turned out.
Whoa! Big bios. It is doubtful that Caris will appear in any other plays or movies or television series, but she does have her own show now, and there are dreams of books on tape and voiceovers yet to do, so spread the word, this train still runs. Thank you. Did you do that?
You wrote that.
I didn't do that.
No, you wrote that.
I wrote that?
You absolutely wrote that. You absolutely wrote that. You write really well.
Thank you.
You write really well.
You're a great guy. Heavenly peace? No, but peace-filled. And I thank you. Thank you.